Decided to do a little 6 month on the road. Here's how things are going video. Um, um, I think I know that this lifestyle seems like just really absurd to a lot of people, to get rid of your stuff and live in a van. But I'm happy, and it's a good choice. It's not the van. It's not where I'm at. It's not a lot of things. It's just I I stepped out and took this adventure, not knowing what was going to happen or how long. Kind of committed to a certain time frame, so I'd make sure and give myself a good opportunity to experience this. And it's been very good to me. It's been very good for me. Um, the van setup has been wonderful. I'm totally happy with the van the way it is. It's worked out beautifully. I have no changes that I would make to it. Maybe new additions. I would like to put some curtains over the cabinet openings, or change the floor or something like that. But overall, it's a home run. Um, money hasn't been an issue at all. I have more than I need, not only to survive but to enjoy life. I'm really enjoying life. I don't remember much of a time in my past when that was true. I mean, as far as I've went through a lot of personal growth as well, so that's made a real big difference in my perspective, because being alone with yourself, nothing takes the place of that. And as long as when people are, when you work and you're around your coworkers and you're communicating with them and sharing, you kind of create a group think. When you're in a relationship, you create a group think, and you're no longer you. You do kind of lose who you are in most any kind of relationship, love to friendship to um, coworker status or whatever. You do. So I think the the key behind that is to find yourself first. And I felt that for a long time, and I've tried to express that to others, although I hadn't even experienced it. I felt it was probably true. Is that you got to find yourself. You got to really know yourself. You got to get rid of all the garbage, the stuff, and really dig down. And you can't do that unless you're alone. You can't do that unless you take the time to be totally, absolutely alone, uncomfortably alone, miserably alone. Nobody wants to hear that. They only want to hear the good stuff. But I'm just telling you, it's there are things that challenge you, but that's what life is about. It's if you just follow this, the yellow brick road that you've been painted by your culture and society, you're being a fool. I mean, you've got to watch out for yourself, and if you want to grow as a person, and if you want to be a feel what freedom is like, and feel what love is like, and feel these things, love for yourself, which is really, most people don't love themselves. Um, they may even appear to, but don't. It's just it's a big thing to be totally alone and to be with yourself. Um, I meet a lot of great people. I made a lot of good friends, but I continue to keep myself separate and alone because I'm beginning to like being alone. I'm okay with it. It's kind of addicted to it, maybe a little bit, because you know all the things in my life that I thought were true about relationships, about possessions, about nearly everything I can think of, you know, it just falls apart in lieu of um, when you kind of start to discard, just like discarding stuff to downsize to this van. I discarded a lot of stuff out of my life in order to kind of find myself, real self, in the midst of all the turmoil. And it's can't recommend it enough. This may not be your mode. That's fine. This may not be anything resembling what would be good for you to meet, your oneness, but you never regret it. You never regret it. So life out here has been good. There are times when I get a little cabin fever, when we've got 2 or 3 real cold, windy days or something. I say cold, it could be in the 60s, but the wind's blowing and makes it feel like 30. So I stay inside, but it's truly not a big deal. It's the cabin fever I would have if I was in a stick and brick home or whatever I was doing. I would still experience a little cabin fever. You kind of just want to get out and do something. And me, I'm kind of where the sunshine is really just sitting in the sunshine in the mornings, like now, and just it's not, there's a lot of clouds up there, but I get a peek through every once in a while, and it just hits me, and it just nice. So this has just been great. I'm very happy with things. I'm very happy the way things are. And I'll always be dealing with the things in my life and in my past that I need to settle with myself. But that's the part of the walk as well. And it's a beautiful thing, it really is. I would just, I wish I just wish we could get a little bit better hold of ourselves so that we quit causing so much turmoil in other people's lives. I wish we could get a little better hold of who we are, so that we realize that this human element is that we're all of the same family, the human family. That would be my wish for people. And things like this, things that force you to face everything about yourself, your prejudices, your judgments, your belief systems, that it helps you to realize how fallible they are, how weak they are, and how destructive they are. They're just things that labels, things that we've identified with, that someone is, we've taught or heard or learned or been accepted from other people as true. And the thing we always forget, there's like this competition, we have to be better, we have to be stronger, we have to achieve more, we have to have higher success rate, we have to, all of these things, which are so totally not only useless, but backward in the sense of how we should be evolving as humans. We shouldn't be in this situation where a person's color matters. We shouldn't. We dealt with this many years ago, and here we are. We're kind of rolling back into it. We shouldn't be doing this stuff. And we know it. Okay, I'm going to get off the political rant. I just don't have any downsides to this. Suspected there would be. I'm not trying to gloss this over as the greatest thing ever. It's what's great for me. It's what's working for me. And it may not be in a year. I may switch gears, in a year's time, in 2 years' time, in 5 years' time, in 6 months' time. I don't know. That is what we're supposed to do, you know? And so much is just staying upon the current path. Don't rock the boat. Oh, you shouldn't do this. Oh, you shouldn't do that. That's what a lot I heard during when I announced my retirement was, oh, I couldn't afford to do that. I couldn't, I've got to work for at least 10 more years before I can get up to where I've got enough money to live on. No, no, that's not true. You may have to work 10 years to get up to the point to where you think all these things that you need and love and have that tight hold of are so important to you that you'll keep them. But that's your downfall. None of us are promised one more day, not even a minute. I could just sit here and just have a massive heart attack and die right in the middle of this video. We don't know. We don't know when life holds, and we're always putting off really looking at life, really exercising our humanity, really connecting back with our nature, which is ourselves in a sense. And to do that also helps you eliminate the things that are unimportant, such as a lot of possessions and having more and more stuff. So overall, this has been great. I'm a huge fan of people pushing their limits, finding ways to go beyond the norm in discovery of yourself. Because, we always want to look back and say a certain person, maybe someone oh, if they hadn't married this individual, oh, if they hadn't got that job, oh, if they hadn't went overseas, oh, if they hadn't, then they would have had a better life. You don't know that. And there's nothing, not a daggone thing you could ever come up with evidence to prove it. No. It may have been the best thing for them. The things that challenge them the most, that look like they wrecked their lives by doing this A, B, C, or D. Job, relationships, whatever. Oh yeah, they should never have done that. How do you know that? You know what? We don't know. And if you believe there's something kind of orchestrating this totally intricate world that we all exist in, let go of the friggin' wheel and let your heart determine your direction. For that, you will never be sorry. You can be sorry in terms of the world. Oh, I would have had a lot more money. I would have had this. I would have had that. The important things are what you should concentrate on. The important things. And one, that's you. Two, and I say you in the sense of growth. You in the sense of doing something to challenge yourself and really find more about yourself. It will change your life. Everything, If your heart, if you give in and you sell out to money, achievement, success, to other people's opinions, you'll never find your bliss. And that is bottom line. And I'll tell you right now, There's nothing that competes with finding yourself, finding your bliss. Nothing. A person could walk up and offer me $10 billion right now and I wouldn't take it. And that's the honest to God truth. There's nothing about money that I want to deal with. I have to have it in order to survive right now. And I've got enough, and I'm good with that. But this lure for the things of this culture and society are devastating to us as human beings. We need to do better. Find yourself. So, 6 months in, beautiful locations, have lots of fun. Highly recommend doing what you need to do to find your peace. Much love, much peace.